Once you've created the perfect sponge cake, you can go on to create some jaw-dropping treats.
I'm going to be making the classic Victoria sponge, but with a twist. These mini Victoria sponge cakes are not only cute, they're also a super sweet gift for a special someone. The recipe for a sponge cake is so easy because there are only a few ingredients, all with equal measurements. So let's get started with creaming together 200 grams of butter with 200 grams of caster sugar. It's better to use a mixer for this because you want this to get pale and fluffy. Now that it's pale and fluffy like this, it's time to add the eggs.
Mix in 4 eggs one by one so the mixture doesn't split.
Now throw in 200 grams of self-raising flour. If you don't have self-raising flour, use plain flour with 2 teaspoons of baking powder.
Mix just until well combined.
It should be dropping consistency like this. If it's too dry, splash in some milk.
Now pour the batter into cupcake cases.
I'm using an ice cream scooper to scoop in the batter equally into each of the cupcake cases.
Bake in the oven at 180°C for 15 minutes.
Whilst the cakes are being baked, I'm going to whip up some double cream.
It will take a few minutes before your liquid cream turns to fluffy whipped cream. After 15 minutes in the oven, your sponge cakes should be golden and spongy like this.
Now, let's spin this to the next level by making spun sugar toppings.
In a non-stick pan, put in 100 grams of white sugar and a couple of tablespoons of water. Give it a stir and then turn on the heat high. Don't stir it whilst it's bubbling because it will crystallize. Once the sugar has dissolved, remove from the heat and let it cool for a minute. Get a bowl and place 2 wooden spoons over it like this. With a fork, rapidly spin the melted sugar over the spoon handles to create these elegant strands of gold. Carefully bring them together into a ball to create a fancy edible decoration. Play around and get creative with different designs, then leave them to harden up while we get back to assembling our Victoria sponges.
Now these are halved, it's time to put jam on one and cream on the other, and that will become the classic Victoria sponge sandwich.
To finish these beauties off, let's crown them with our classy creations.